Hi, Rachel. How's it going? Hi, Brenda. The cats are running around back there. They're fighting. Can you see them? Yeah, you can see them. Hey! Oh, they're crazy. I'm good. How are you? Thanks, Katie. Let's think. How was the weather today? Today was pretty good. We're still going to talk about the weather in honor of the weatherman and our new weatherman. It was cold in the morning, but it was sunny, so it was fine. Yeah, they're being crazy right now. I actually slept down here last night because Ian is sick. He's feeling better now, but I didn't want to take any chances. Hopefully I don't catch it. But it was insane. All night long, running around like crazy. They had the zoomies. I've never really had a pet that had the zoomies that much. Hot and muggy. Oh, that's okay. We left off, we read through January of the newest diary, which is from 1895. So it's like our newest, oldest diary. But over the course of the week, I did a little bit of research. I still haven't found a picture of Georgiana, our writer. It seems like she goes by Georgia, so maybe we'll start calling her that. And I found her high school. So right now, she is in high school. She's 17 when she's about 17, I think, when she's writing this diary, and she talks about going to school. And this is actually the school that she went to, I think. It was kind of confusing doing research about the schools in the area because there were older buildings that got replaced by newer buildings, but I believe that this was the building, and what was the name? East Side High School. And now there's like another there's a Waterloo East High School or something now that gets a little confusing, but I'm pretty sure that's her school. The building is gone, and I think she lived nearby. I have her address, and I'll have to plot that on the map, but I'm pretty sure that I saw that her house was nearby. Yeah, and Rachel, you're so right. The ladies are always a mystery. And it's not really a mystery why, because they were kind of just, as we said before, the man's wife. But hopefully, as we research more, she'll come into light. Her husband, I have pictures of him, Ralph, who wrote some of the diaries that we're going to read. He was pretty well known, so hopefully, it's sad to say it, but hopefully she's in a picture with him somewhere. I feel like that's our only shot, but we also haven't really nailed down any descendants yet. It doesn't seem like they had children themselves, so it might be kind of like a sidestep. It might be descendants of a brother or a sister or a cousin. I don't know. We'll just have to see. Hopefully they have pictures, but yeah. Kitties, you're gonna have to calm down. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you guys can see it. They're like wrestling. Okay, so we're going to read February today. February 1895. And there's definitely smaller entries than the other diaries that we've read. They're half a page, and the actual diary is like really small. But it still kept us busy. Sibling rivalry, you know. Claude's definitely feeling better. I mean, he hasn't been sick for a while, but he's playing like more than we've ever seen him, so that's really good. You would think there'd be one in the newspaper of them both at an event. Yeah, and there might be, Nikki. Hopefully we can find it. We haven't done too much research on them. We've just done like the first step. I'm hoping that it's out there. But I didn't see anything as far as like an obituary is usually the first place I look, or the find a grave page. There's nothing like right away yet, but that doesn't mean we won't find her. All right. So February 1st, 1895. Let me know. This one's a little harder to show on the screen, so let me know if you guys like it bigger. I think this is pretty good. Hi, Jen. All right. So, Fair and Little Cold went to school. Read a biography at school. Oh, in the last month, she mentioned that she wrote a biography. And she said it was of Louisa May Alcott, who wrote Little Women. And I was like, why would she write about that? So I was looking it up. And there's actually an Alcott school, which I'm assuming is named after her, in that town. Which opened up, I think, like only 2 years before she's writing this diary. So maybe she had some kind of, like, that town had some kind of connection to her. I haven't, like, nailed it down yet, but there's an Alcott school, so I'm sure that has something to do with it. But I don't think she was at the Alcott school at that time, because it seems like a lower grade school. But there were lots of schools there, so that's why it was kind of hard to figure out where she went. But there were a couple of newspaper articles mentioning, like, debate teams and things that she was on, and it all mentioned East Side High School. So that's why I think that school is the one that she attended. All right. Went over to Mary's. "18 degrees below zero." In the last month, this is, of course, just the first month, like the first diary we've ever read of hers, so there are going to be lots of questions. And we definitely have a lot of people who are just first names, or just, oh, thank you, I'm excited too. We have a lot of, like, first names or just initials, so we're going to have some mysteries to solve. Hopefully she'll give us more information as we go along. Okay, this is a short one. The cats are just meowing. I'm trying to ignore it. "17 degrees below zero. It's so cold. Went in the country 12 miles. She keeps this running tab in each entry of miles between places, like how many miles she traveled. And last time we were talking about, like, what is she traveling? What method is she using to travel? Like, is she walking? Is she in a carriage? Is she on a bike? Like, we're just kind of thinking about that. Went to SS, which is Sunday school. 8 miles. Cold. 16 degrees below. Went home 12 miles. I'm hoping, I said this last time, but I'm hoping that all of these mileages that she's giving will allow us to, like, I mean, we have her address, at least her address later in life. It's probably the same address, but it'll be cool to see that these places are actually 12 miles or, you know, whatever she's saying, 12 miles, 8 miles away. Yeah, we do know her age. There's a little bit of a discrepancy in some of the records. The birth date that I have is 1878. But there was also 1880 listed, so she's like 15 to 17. Maybe she's just a person who loves and works with, or will work with, numbers. Yeah, maybe. She definitely likes keeping track of things, so she's like me. I like to list things like that too, so I can see why that would be satisfying. It's funny though, because it's always the same, like 12 miles from church. Is 12 miles... Does she say how far from school, usually? No. Okay, 12 degrees below zero. Went to school. Fair and cold. Yeah, she does have nice handwriting. It makes it easy. Went downtown. Wrote a letter to KM. Okay, I'm wondering. I can't remember if KM is one of those names that we saved from last time, so I'm going to go look in the Discord. Because I know we had a few initials. Oh, I had also found out, I'm in the Discord now, like reviewing what I was sending earlier in the week. I found out that Ralph's dad, so Ralph is eventually going to be Georgiana's husband. They're not married yet because she's only 17, but they marry in 1903, and her husband, his dad, died in he didn't die in the terrible accident, but he was in like a furnace explosion fire in their house, and his wife, Ralph's mom, like dragged him out. They were older at the time, and she dragged him out. It was like horrifying. And then I think it was like 10 days later, he actually passed away from the injuries, but it was like it was in the newspaper, horrible death. Okay, hold on. Where the heck is that list? I know you sent it. Oh, here it is. Okay, Rachel. I'm looking for KM. No. So here are the names that we have so far. May, Mary, PF, EB, Louise or Louisa, Aunt Ads, Jake Fikes. Okay, so that's a full name. Mr. Kurz, Mark Spencer's, HR, and Gertrude L. Those are like the half names that we have. So we're going to keep an eye out for that. Maybe, Rachel, if you're keeping a list, add KM. If you're not, that's okay. You don't have to take on that responsibility. Thanks, Rachel. You're great. Okay. February 5th, 22 degrees below. Ugh. Went to school. Received a letter from AB. I have a feeling she's never going to give us full names. Cold. Went downtown. Oh, here's a name. May Henning called on us. And there is a May in that list, but it's spelled differently. I'll have to look back. So maybe that's the same May, or maybe it's a different one. Okay, on the 6th. I need to figure out how to get this to autofill the date every time. I'm sure there's a way. Went to school. What are you playing with, Basil? Oh, she's playing with her toy. He was making a crunching sound. I got nervous. If anyone ever goes through my diaries in the future, I've made it easy on them with the names. That's good. Full names. Went to school. Snowing all day. Wrote a letter to HR. That's the second letter to HR, or one from HR that she received. So, oh, thank you. I'm going to save now. It's just the beginning, but it's always good to save. Yeah, I think that's the second mention of HR. Because last time I made a joke about it. All right. Cold. Went downtown. Went to school. Boring. I'm curious if in this diary she'll meet her future husband, or maybe she already knows him. We should keep an eye out for the initials RS, because that would probably be him. Okay, so February 9th. Sorry, I'll zoom in. Claude, you're making a lot of noise. Cold. Oh, crap. Hold on. I started typing and I wasn't clicking on the other page. Cold. Emma Steege. What do you guys think that says? Emma Steege called on me. Papa got me a new bedroom set. Ooh, wow, that sounds expensive. I was looking a little bit more into, because like there were some comments last time about like what kind of lifestyle she led, and I mean we're not totally sure because we just started researching her, but I think she was well off because her dad, I think he had a good career, and she was like in her marriage announcements and everything they said she was like a really well-known, not debutante, I don't think, but like, you know, bachelorette in the, maybe even debutante, because they did that back then. in the area. Like, she was well known and of high esteem. Fair and Warm wrote a letter to Aunt Lib. P.F. and Auntie went to church in the evening. To the Universalist, where the minister, sorry, I was reading ahead, and preached to the Masons. That was the other thing. I found out that she was in the Order of the Eastern Star, which is related to the Masons. So Mad2134 says, sorry if someone asked this, what do you think the Thur means? We had figured it out last time. It's and it was puzzling because it looks like it says weather and it's broken up weird, but it's like a place to fill in on your diary, like what the weather is. And then what was the word? It was Thur something, like what was it? Someone had found what actual word it was standing for. It had to do with, like, temperature. So you would put, like, the temperature here and what the weather was like. But she didn't, obviously, fill that out. But other people did. We had seen it in other journals. Because these journals were, like, I don't know about mass-produced, but they were made. Many of them were made. So you can find the exact same diary written by, like, a bunch of different people, which is kind of cool. The exact same, like, notebook. Thermometer, yeah, it was something like that. I thought there was a different word that someone had found, but it doesn't really matter. And then someone else made a great point. It probably explains it in the beginning of the diary. It has all these pages, and yeah, it probably does. And I didn't look, so I can look after maybe. Was there any other questions? No. All right. Oh, I was saying that she was in the Order of the Eastern Star, which is not, I don't think it's like totally connected to the Masons, but it's like affiliated. Like, to be in the Order of the Eastern Star, you have to be related to someone who's a Mason, something like that. But the Delaney's were also in the Order of the Eastern Star from the last diary, so that's a cool connection. Fair and Warm went to school, received, actually that is really interesting because I wonder if Ralph was a part of that, who eventually marries her. Ralph was born the same year that Todd from the last diary was born, so maybe at one time they went to the same event because they didn't live too far from each other, I think like an hour. Received a letter from E.B. Went downtown and up to Mary's. Snowed a little. Yeah, isn't that cool? I just like put that together, that they probably did go to Masonic events. That's what I guess the word would be, Masonic. And, you know, even if they didn't meet each other, just the thought of them being in the same place at the same time is cool. Fair and Warm went to school. Went riding after. Thank you, Jury 7. School. Oh, wait, went riding after school. Is she talking about riding horses or bikes? 6 miles. Snowed some. Fair and Warm went to school, went riding about 6 miles, and she always puts it in parentheses, even though it's actually part of the sentence. It's interesting. Went to dedication of engine house and had supper there. I have something cool to show you about this in a second. Went to supper there, went to a charity entertainment given by the high school. Oh, cool. The high school apostrophe, or not, yeah, East, parentheses, not apostrophe. I knew that wasn't right. Did you miss much? No. We just started February. A lot of the entries are like really short, so you didn't miss much. She got a lot of letters from various people with various initials, so we don't really know. Yeah, that's true. A bike would be really hard in the negative 22-degree weather, so yeah, maybe a horse. We don't know who most of the people are, so you haven't missed much specific, but I'm actually going to show a couple pictures in a second related to this entry. I got this one from, it was donated to us actually, because the Cedar Rapids Gazette, which is a newspaper over there in Iowa, they did an article about the last diary that we did because we were trying to get in touch with descendants and we were having a hard time, so they wrote an article about it. And someone from the area had read the article and reached out to me and said, I don't really know anything about this family, but I have these other diaries that I'm not really doing anything with. Do you want them? And now that I'm speaking about this, I realized I forgot to email him and let him know that we're doing this now. But I need to let him know. I don't think he has a TikTok, but I think it would be cool. I actually just uploaded the last replay, so it'll be perfect. I'll send it to him. It was like, maybe it was thermal. I feel like... I don't know. If I heard it, I would know, but I think it was some version of that. I don't know. I still don't think it was just thermal, but also I don't know. I don't remember who had said it or where they saw it. But it has to do with the temperature for sure, because another diary that... Whoa, cat. Another diary that we had seen that someone filled those things out, it was like clearly the temperature that they were writing. In the evening. Snowed some. So here, she's talking about the East High School, which I have a picture of, because I think this is the school that she went to. So I had grabbed a picture. This building is gone now. It burned down in 1915, I think. Yes. So this is the high school where she went to the play at the very least, but I think she also went there. And then we have, let me open up the diary slides where I put this on my website. This is just like where I put the typed out pages. And we have in here a picture of that engine house that she's talking about. She went to the dedication of. And I actually think, I wish I had linked this newspaper article. I can find it in the Discord. But the newspaper article was about the dedication, I think. So it's like this exact event. Thermometer. Okay, thanks, Penny. They're in Iowa. They're in Waterloo, Iowa. Do I know how old she was? Yeah, she was 17 about when she wrote this diary. I'm going to grab the newspaper article. Oh my God, these cats are so distracting. It's like having two little children running around, getting into trouble. They're playing with a ball, but they're behind the TV stand. Fun. Ugh, I know that someone sent it last time. Oh, here it is. Rachel had sent it. Okay. Can you guys hear it? The ball bouncing everywhere? Or is it... I don't know. I think my mic is pretty good at filtering out, but they're being so loud. Okay. I think this is... Yeah, February 14th. So this is the exact... Like, this is February 13th. This is the 14th. And it's talking about the dedication. So that's even cooler now that you hear it. Oh, no. Well, let me know if it's too loud. It's so funny. You have two brother cats and they act like that. Yeah, they're brother and sister. And, like, they weren't... It was always, like, one of them was crazy and the other one wanted to relax. And I felt so bad. Like, Claude used to jump on Basil when she's sleeping. But now they're both crazy all the time. I got them this toy... Okay, they just knocked something over. I got them this toy that's like, I'm sure all of you other cat lovers have them. But it's like this plastic thing and the balls go around and around and around. And they love it. It's so funny to watch them figure out a new toy. I know. I think I would be bored if I just had one. And I think they would be too. They really keep each other busy. As you can hear. All right. So, yeah, this article I was just saying is, like, more interesting now because she's talking about the actual event. At first, she was just mentioning the new firehouse, so that's why we thought that was cool. But now we have the actual event that she went to. And there's probably something about the event, let's see, the East High School. I wonder, I'm going to look in this exact newspaper. I don't know. Oh, this is the one page, though. Hold on. How can I search, like, that date? I wonder if it's called East High School or Charity. I don't know. I don't really know what to search. But it would be February 13th. Maybe there's an announcement of it. And it's in... it was Black Hawk County, Iowa. High schools, no, that's what they want. Thank you for the heart and the bear. Very cute. The article mentions that they were serving supper. Yeah, that's true. So she ate supper there. Hi from Arizona. Hello, Randy. Oh, thank you. That's still going. That series is still going. It's just got multiple things going on at once. Okay, let's see. What is this? Okay, I think this is it. Although much has been given already to the Western sufferers. The pupils of the East Side High School, feeling their sympathies strongly, moved for those who lack even food and fuel and the means to procure proper remedies and illness, are trying their level best to help them according to their means. They're doing what they can. The entertainment will be given tomorrow, Wednesday evening, at the Presbyterian Church. Okay, so this is what she's talking about. She went to go see. It's interesting. Did she say that it was... Oh, no, the other thing was at the what was it? Universalist Church. This was at the Presbyterian Church. And they even have the whole... What do they call it? Program. There will be no complimentary tickets. All, even though taking part in the program, will pay the admission fee. Oh, so even the actors were paying 25 cents each. Okay. I'm going to save that article. I'll keep a tab open and we'll put it in the little file that I keep. It's so satisfying when you find an article about an event. I can't talk right now. The writer attended. I totally agree. That's like my favorite thing to do is make the connections. Pictures are the best, but yeah, articles giving an account of the event that she's also talking about. It's just kind of crazy. Oh, the newspaper website is newspapers.com. It's a subscription, though. It's kind of pricey. You can get it through Ancestry. If you already have an Ancestry account, you can like add on to it. But it's pricey. For me, it's worth it because I use it all the time, but it's also, it's a good one. So it's like, it has a good search engine. Oh, I can't type. There are also other newspaper websites too, though. So, I don't know. Other people might have, what's the other one? Newspaper Archive. I don't have that one, so. Fair and warm, went to school, went downtown. If you're doing research on a certain place, there's usually not usually, but like sometimes the libraries in that area will have their own newspapers available online. Like the Brooklyn Diary that I was reading, the Brooklyn Library has the old Brooklyn Daily Eagle newspaper is like uploaded to their website and you can see it for free. So always look into that too. Fair and a little cold. Went to school. Went for a walk. Went to Grandpa's. 12 miles. Went down to see Cora as she was sick. Received a Valentine. Ooh, I wonder from who. Do we think it's from Ralph yet? Do you think she knows him? She marries him in 1903. That's interesting. Received a Valentine, but doesn't say from who. Oh, I cannot type. Some days I'm just off with the typing. Oh, okay. That was just a comment about the finding the articles. It does make it feel real. Fair and warm. Went down to Uncle Dan's, Molly's, and store. Went sleigh riding about 2.5 miles. She talked in the last month about going on her first sleigh ride of the season. Received a letter, I will fix that after, from KM. I want to figure out who KM is. Do we have a picture? No, unfortunately we don't yet. We have pictures of some of the people in the diary. So we have, this is her future husband. He's not, I don't think, in this diary. Maybe he'll show up. But like, this was written before they were married. But the other diaries that we have pictures of him. Then we have, let's see, this, that's still him. So we have a lot of pictures of Mr. Slippy. This is Ralph's mother. And hold on, we have a picture of Georgiana, her father. This is her father. And he worked with Ralph, so I think that's how they met. And what was a mechanical engineer? Or, I mean, he was involved in weather, but I forget what the actual job title was. And I also meant to look that up last time. I think he's a mechanical engineer. He definitely made some money, I think. Yeah, what a glorious beard, yeah. Georgiana, I don't know how she died. Or do you mean I was showing her? I don't know yet. I feel like we have her obituary, but hold on. I've read all these things. It's just after a while, it's hard. He definitely, Ralph remarried. So let's see. Let me zoom out for a second. Because I also can't read it. Oh, this is, they got in a car accident at one point, her and Ralph, but they were okay. Yeah, it is. It's Molly spelled. Hey, Molly spelled with an I-E. Are you kidding me? That's awesome. How often do you see that in real life, out in the world? I feel like that's rare. My name's Addie, and I feel like growing up, now I hear it more. Like I'm a teacher, and I actually have a lot of students named Addie or nicknamed Addie. But hearing the name Addie growing up, whenever I was just out and about, it was always like, what? I'm Addie. Okay, this is her obituary. Oh, she went, I remember this now. She went to go visit her grandson for his graduation. I've never heard of the last name Slippy either. And she had passed away. Okay, she had a stroke. She had already had a stroke and she was ill. And then she passed away when she was in, I think it was Pennsylvania. And then, yeah, her only survivors are her husband and 2 cousins. So they never had children, it doesn't seem. We'll learn more about them as it goes on, but that's disappointing because the children are usually where we would start looking for descendants. Yeah, Rachel, everyone thinks it's short for something. It's not. Just Addie. But a lot of times, like the students I have who are named Addie, it's usually short for Adeline or something like that. Adeline. Went to church in SS, 8 miles. Went home, 12 miles. I'm curious. This might be a dumb question. Yeah, or Addison. Addison probably became more popular with Grey's Anatomy, I bet. I know, it is. It's crazy that we can see diary writers' lives and also their deaths all in one go. Yeah, we can, like, see her future, but we're also seeing her present. Like, she doesn't know she's going to marry Ralph Slippy in 3 years. Maybe she's never even met him yet, but we know. Oh, I was going to say, maybe this is a dumb question, but how is she going to church and Sunday school and it's 8 miles one way and 12 miles the other? Like, she must be taking a different route home. Happens every time. She says 8 miles and then 12 miles. We have an Addison in our family that just goes by Addie, but I love that yours is just Addie. Thanks. I kind of wish, I don't have the E at the end, and I kind of, like, I don't know. I guess my name is my name, and I'm, like, used to that, but I like the look of the E at the end. Yeah, maybe she takes the scenic way home. Yeah, or maybe the way there is downhill, and or, I don't know. She doesn't want to go up the giant hill or something like that. Maybe she drops off a neighbor. Yeah, very, very true. Okay, fair and warm, went to school, went downtown. I want to find a picture of downtown Waterloo, Iowa at that time, because she goes there a lot. Tuesday. Yeah, I could add it, but fun story. I'm named after a great-grandmother, and she signed everything Molly. And it wasn't, it was Molly. Oh, that's great. She made her own name. Warm. Went to school. Why did I capitalize school? Went over the river for a walk. So I feel like she's not walking everywhere when she's mentioning the miles, because I think if she was, she wouldn't bother to say went for a walk. You know, it sounds like that's something different than normal. That's also a long way to walk. And she doesn't seem like, she seems like her family has money, that he just bought her a bedroom set, her dad. So I feel like she probably at least has a horse or something, horse and buggy. Actually, I was just thinking, because she said I went over the river. She's talking about the Cedar River that runs through town. And I think, of course, this is like a really, really blurry version of this map, but one of the addresses listed for her was around here. And the school is also around here. So maybe she mentions went to school and didn't give us mileage because she's right near the school. Riding horse was the main mode of transportation. Do you think she was, like, actually on horseback? Or did she have, like, a carriage or something? I'm used to reading the 1917 diary and she's really rich, so all of her friends have cars, which is crazy to think about back then. But, like, when she goes out somewhere, she's usually riding on a car. Or if she's in a carriage, she, like, mentions it, that we went in the carriage. Or she's on a train. Windy and warm, went to school, went downtown, received a Valentine, wrote a letter to AB, rained a little at noon. Carriage or maybe just horseback. It's so interesting to picture these cities with people riding horses everywhere. That would be so cool to find a photo of her on a horse. Yes, that is very true, and it would help us answer some questions. I feel like we're breezing through this one. There are a lot of shorter entries. Windy, fair, and warm. Went to school. Went riding after school. About 2.5 miles. And that's another, they must be taking the same route, because she's mentioned, Rachel says it definitely sounds like horseback riding. She mentioned 2.5 miles like a few times. So whenever she's going out riding, it seems like they're taking the same route. Oh my gosh. Claude, chill. Oh, I'm afraid he's gonna slide down the stairs. He runs down so fast. Maybe he'll come over again. Last time he came over and came on my lap, and then he was purring, and you could all hear it on the microphone. It was very nice. He purrs so loud. Sometimes he's sitting like over there, and I can hear him if it's quiet. They love to purr. Fair and warm. Went to school. Snowed in morning. Just a little. Went in the country about 12 miles. We'd all be giddy if you found a pic like that. Yeah, me too. I feel like we'll find a picture of her. You just have to stay positive. It took us the entire Weatherman Diary series to find a picture of Todd, so if that's possible, anything's possible. Fair and warm. Went to the store and to ads again. So I think this time, last time we had seen that it wasn't very clear, but I feel like this must be more clear because I can clearly see ADDS. So I want to do more poking around in her family tree to figure out who that is. Done the work all day by myself. Wonder what work? Housework maybe? Or I don't think it's like a family business. The difference between what Anks was doing and what she was doing is like night and day. Yeah, this girl's actually going to school. That's the difference. I know, and actually that's interesting because they're the same age. I didn't think of that. Same age, but in different times. Like this is before Anglesey was even born. About 5 years before she was born. Or 4, I guess. Fair and warm. Went to SS Sunday school. 8 miles. Went home. 12 miles. I don't know what that says. Got probably. Got a card. Card? Capitalized? Lost a card? I don't know. I feel like it's G, like capital G. Yeah, I know. I thought it said lost too, though. Like, spelled wrong. I think it says card for Sam Bishop's. Yeah, okay, it's for their wedding, so it must be a card. For Sam Bishop's. And you know what? At the end of February, we'll look them up. And something's wedding. J had a horseback ride, half mile. Okay, so that makes me think muddy. What do you guys think? That she's always riding horseback? Or is she not because she's mentioning riding horseback this one time? I don't know. Okay, I'm actually going to look up Sam Bishop's wedding now because I'm curious. Oh, I don't want to lose this. Hold on, go back. So I'm going to newspapers.com. We'll say February. Oh, here. February 1895 in Black Hawk County. Sam, it probably would be Samuel Bishop. Marriage licenses. Oh, cool. Yeah, so it is Gusta because her name is Augusta. Samuel H. Bishop, age 22, to Augusta Hickathere, age 26. I'm going to keep that tab. So I want to paste that into our page where I put all of the okay, I say she's not just because she made a point to mention the horseback ride. Yeah, that's why I feel like she wasn't always walking, so interesting. Samuel, what was I looking up? Bishop Hick there. Well, I don't want it to be both. Nothing. Let's try March. This must be the, that's the wedding, that's the marriage licenses again. Well, we'll have to do a little more research on that then. It's not going to be easy to find, I guess. Unless maybe they got their marriage license and they weren't married in March. Maybe they were married later, but it seems like it's the end of February. I would think you'd get your marriage license right before you get married, right? Samuel Bishop. I'll look up, her last name was unique. Maybe we can find them on Find a Grave. Again, she's got a very interesting and unique last name, I think. Perhaps the wedding, yeah, the wedding may have been in a different month, yeah. We're gonna look up Iowa. No, oh, well, her name wouldn't be Hick there anymore. It would be Bishop, which now is less unique, but no Augusta Bishop. Oh, and he was, let's see. He was how old? He was 20. Oh, no sound detected. That might just be because I wasn't talking. Wouldn't she be Bishop? Yeah, she would be, and it said they didn't have anything. He was 22 in 1895. Someone do the math. What year was he born in? Thank you. 1873. Mortifying. 1873. I'll refine the search to 1873 plus or minus 1. See if we can find him. No matches, but maybe he wasn't in Iowa. Indiana. Okay, he's definitely, I would say, probably in the United States, unless he left. But let's see who this guy was married to. Cora. No. Oh, wait, no. Estella. His child was Cora. No wife listed. Nope. Nope. This is kind of how this goes a lot of the time. But I think we could probably, maybe Rachel add his name to our list, because if we sat down out of this live stream, we'd be able to, we'd look for him on Ancestry, we would find him on Ancestry, and then go from there, and then we could figure out like his Find a Grave, because it would have his birth date, but I think that's just a lot to do right now. Let's read through the rest of February, and then maybe we can go back and do it. Thank you, Rachel. The administrative assistant. Maybe the spelling of the last name was changed or spelled incorrectly. Yes, that's very true. A lot of times that happens. Cora reminds me of the little girl in the Titanic. Oh, I like the name Cora. Especially reading all these old diaries. Oh, yeah, you're still my best girl, Cora. I just watched that recently. Again, I've seen it a few times, but I like all the old names now. They're growing on me, reading all the old diaries. Fair and warm, went to school, went downtown. Tuesday, February 26th. windy, oh, cloudy, not windy, and warm. Went over the river, went for a walk, wrote a letter to Etta and Kate. It rained in the evening. Etta. Almost Edna. Okay, Wednesday the 27th. It's crazy that this is from 1895. I forget. And then I remember, I'm like, oh my gosh, these people. It's just crazy that they went to school, they went to work, they wrote letters to each other, they gave Valentines just like now. Weather was a big topic back then. Yes, and actually what's funny, Randy, is last time, like the diary that we were reading, we didn't know his name, so we called him the weatherman because he talked about the weather a lot. Well, this guy, oh, I'm on the wrong thing. This guy, Ralph, who ends up being Georgiana's husband, was actually a weatherman. Like, his work was related to weather and temperature, and there are lots of articles about him doing that, which is funny. So now we have, like, a legit weatherman. This one should have been the Weatherman Diaries. But that name is already taken. What am I doing? Over here. Maybe given the time and how well she writes too shows how well she's educated. Yes, that's true. Okay. 27th. Cloudy and warm. Went to school. Went downtown. Went to the P.O. post office. Much weather in common. That's why they fall in love. Yeah. I think her father he was a mechanical engineer, but I think he was also, like, his work was weather related because he worked with Ralph. I'll have to read these articles again. There's, like, so much stuff. You just get, like, inundated with information when you start looking, but I'm pretty sure. Oh, this is the article. Remember I said his Ralph's dad died in a furnace explosion, or as resulting from a furnace explosion. That's what that is from. But where is her page? Her dad. That's what I'm looking for. Weather observations in Waterloo had been accepted as official and continuous by the U.S. Weather Bureau. On that day, M.L. Newton, a civil engineer, okay, so that's her father, began methodical observation of weather on instruments at his residence on 617 Mulberry Street. Okay, that makes more sense because the address that I found was 717 Fair something Avenue. I have it on here somewhere. But 617 Mulberry Street is right near the high school that I had seen. So I think that's where she was probably living at the time. So Newton died in 1911, and his son-in-law, Ralph Slippy, he'll eventually marry Georgiana. Waterloo mayor from 1936 to 1946 volunteered to continue the official weather reporting. Slippy maintained instruments at his residence. Oh, they've got a couple of addresses. Yeah, this is the address I had, 717 Fairview Ave. So that's later in her life with Slippy. Official weather observations have been accepted from observers at Waterloo Municipal Airport. So yeah, they were both into the weather. It seems that the weather would have been more impactful to their day-to-day life because they walked. Yes, lots of reasons. I think back then, a lot of old diaries talk about the weather a lot. I don't think it's just happens to be the diaries that we've read, but this guy just happens to legit be a weatherman. They didn't have much to talk about. Yeah, last time I joked, like, it's funny, now and then, and not that different, we still just revert to talking about the weather. Okay. Thursday, February 28th. Oh, and that would make it a leap year, right? Or, yeah, right? Or are there usually 28 days in February? Why can't I... Why am I drawing a blank here? Fair and warm. Went to school. Is there 29? Yeah, okay, that's what I, yeah. That's not what I thought at first, but yeah, there's 29 on a leap year. So it's not. Went to school, received. You can talk about the weather to someone you don't even like. Yeah, that's very true. A letter from GL. Went downtown. Windy. Oh, went town. Windy in afternoon. Okay. The diary from 1917 that I read, Anglesy's diary, she also uses initials a lot. Oh, should we go on to March? I don't know. I feel like that one was quick. But we've been pretty good at tackling a month at a time. So maybe instead we could go back and try to find information about their wedding. Sam and Gusta's wedding. Yeah, thanks, Rachel. Okay. So this is a good opportunity for me to show you kind of how I do my research too, and how the diary detectives in the group do it. So I go to Ancestry. I have a lot of trees on here, but this person would not be in a tree. So I'm going to look. Well, would not be in my tree. So we're looking up Samuel, or maybe I should look up Augusta because her maiden name is more, I think, more unique. Augusta, what was it, though? Hick there. Yes, I have used Family Search. I find Ancestry easier to search, but probably because I've been using it more. And Family Search is good, I think, to like look for extra information. But what I've heard about Family Search is that anyone can just edit the. Oh, you're frozen. I'm frozen. Let me know if I'm back. Frozen. Okay. Jeez, it's been bad lately. Oh, I'm not frozen for you. Not frozen for you. I tried Xing out something to maybe make my computer have less to do. Went back in and out. Okay. Well, I feel like every week now there's been a problem. I'm getting frustrated. Frozen. Yeah, actually, my... Gone again. Good here. Okay. Well, I guess I'll just keep going because it sounds like it's a bunch of... It's different everywhere, but... Family Search, basically, anyone can edit the tree, and it's all just like one big tree. So you have to be careful about what you find because it might be not true, or people might be linked together that aren't actually... Shouldn't be, you know, so you just got to be careful. But I have found things on Family Search that weren't anywhere else. Like I have found pictures of people, which is cool. So it's definitely worth a search, but I find Ancestry to be pretty reliable for the most part. So I'm going to search Augusta Hick there. She lived in Black Hawk County. And I put that because I'm not sure if she's from Waterloo exactly. And then she was how old? What did we search for him? 1873. So she was a little older. So I'm going to put like 1870. I like to do this. Especially when you're not sure. Oh, maybe her first name was Lydia. Lydia Augusta Hick there. Oh, and that's spelled differently. Did I spell it wrong the first time, or did they spell it wrong in the article? They spelled it that way. Oh, wait, did I get it wrong? I don't know. But I think this might be her. Hickathier. I'm going to adjust that because maybe we can get more. I always start by looking for pictures And so we have her grave. Okay. Temporarily unavailable. Okay. What? Well. 19. Oh, it's a scanned picture. So it's not from Find a Grave, but let's see. 1950, 1874 to 1950. Wait, that doesn't make sense. I'll try it anyway. And her name was actually Lydia then. Would it be... No. Gronk? Oh, so maybe she married someone else. There she is. Okay. Lydia's middle name, according to her death certificate, was Augusta. I don't know if this is her. Wait, does it say her parents? No. In the newspaper. Hichthier, French? I don't know. Yeah, they spelled it differently. I think we're putting I did the wrong there. Well, actually, it's not even Their. Okay, where do I go from here? I'm not sure that this is her, but maybe she never married that guy. I don't know. Because we see their marriage license. I'll clear from pictures. That's usually where I look first, because sometimes there's pictures of people. But I'm going to click, I want marriage records, okay. Samuel Bishop. Okay, so this is her. Birth date about 1867. So maybe there's not more than one. Who's this person's? Charles. We don't know the mother. Now I gotta scroll through here. Sometimes it's highlighted. Is this the groom? Oh my gosh, I cannot even. Oh, would it be here? Full name of groom, full name of bride. Okay. Okay, here. Augusta Hichthier. Oh, at Louisa. So that's a place. That's interesting. We were talking about that before. Is this where the parents are supposed to go? Bride's place of birth. When we're married. Do we not have? I thought we had parents here. Okay. This takes a while. This is just how it goes. So I'm trying to just figure out if that's the same one right now. Let's click on this person's tree and see what it looks like. We only have one spouse listed, and she's 1874, so that doesn't sound right. I don't think that's her. But that's weird that she would have the same... I don't know. That doesn't seem right, though, because the other one said Charles, I think, for the father, so... Let's click here. Is this the same one? This is about the time... Oh, this is just giving me the information, not the picture. This is about the time where I forget what I was doing. And I get into another rabbit hole. Elsie... No, because that's a maiden name. So let's see. I'm going to look here and see if there's any more. Everything is saying Lydia. But that's not her. Well, let me research this name spelled correctly. Oh, it's Hicothier? It's E. No one spelled it right that year, I guess. Oh no, that's okay, Rachel. That's fine. It's just a bunch of initials. We'll just write it down. The Grapp one and the other one, last names are spelled differently. They are. Yeah, I didn't even realize that till now, that there's an A. Yeah, so maybe we look up... Okay. It's going to give me everything about any bishop. I'll put it in quotes. Okay, I'm just going to look up Samuel Bishop then. Okay, this is just their marriage license, both. Marriage license issues during the week ending Saturday last. Okay, so they had a marriage license issued. Thank you. They had a marriage license issued in February and March. And then no mention of a marriage. But they did get married. Let me go back to that record. Marriage date 28 February 1895. Oh, so we covered that in the diary too. I closed it out, of course. Let me open it back up. I closed it because I thought maybe it was causing my computer to have too much effort. Okay. Wait. Okay. Sorry, this is all discombobulated now. The 28th is when they were married. Maybe try S. Bishop for around that. Yeah, that's true. Mrs. Samuel Bishop, S. Bishop. That must be some ad that runs all the time. Mrs. Samuel Bishop. Nothing. Interesting. Let me go back to that one marriage record. Let's see. And where was she again? Oh, it's so small. I think I need new glasses. My glasses don't help at all, whether I'm wearing them or not. I need new ones. It's been a long time. I swear, I just saw her name. Here she is. Okay. Louisa Black Hawk. So it is Black Hawk County, February 28th. March 2nd. Maybe that's when they made the... I don't know. I will hear a Discord beep. I think this is a census they're on it. Okay, thank you, Nikki. Let's see. Oh, okay. It wants me to do the UK. I don't have the UK version of Ancestry. But I wonder if I go back and look at census data specifically in the search, I might find the same one. What year was it? Census and voter list. Oh, it only has one. I don't think that's her in Wisconsin, so we must be looking at a different one. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, I still have it. No, I have it spelled right. Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna have to do more digging. I thought she would be easier. Try 1897, 1900. Yeah, that's annoying with the UK thing. It is. I don't understand why. Yeah, I don't have, for some reason, I don't have that census up here. She was born in Wisconsin. Well, that's not her. Is that what it said on the marriage record? I don't even know. I can't keep track of it all, especially when I'm on here. It's different when I'm by myself and I can take the time. Yeah, you're right. WIS, Wisconsin. Okay, so we can do that. So she might have lived in Iowa, but we can say she was born in Wisconsin. Where can we say that? Birth. Oh, you searched Augusta Bishop. Okay, maybe I should try that. I'm not getting... Usually on Ancestry, people are pretty well linked to their maiden name. But I'm going to try that. Yeah, that's probably her then, Nikki. Oh, yep. Okay, we're getting more now. It must... Is it this one? Where are you? Augusta. Does that say Samuel? Bishop, yep. Bishop Samuel, Augusta, wife. So they don't have any children at that point. How old is she in here? 29, 26. Awesome. Thanks, Rachel. I think I had the same thing. Yeah. I just got it. Cool. All right. Well, I wonder now, Augusta F. Bishop. Nope. I want to find her, find a grave. Three pictures. Samuel Augusta Bishop, not her. All right, when did she, do we know when she passes away? Because we can look up an obituary next. I'm going to look at family trees, see if she's anywhere. Oh, she really just wasn't. Usually it's easier to find people. Let me look up Samuel Bishop. What did we say? 1874? And see if we can find him in a family tree. Oh, does this not have any place? Any event. I'm gonna put Waterloo. Samuel H. Bishop. They don't have a spouse. I don't know. This is definitely his marriage certificate, but I don't think that's the right... I don't know. These people are really hard to find. Family search doesn't give a death date, just says deceased. Yeah, so maybe it's not out there. I don't know. It's not usually this, it's usually more straightforward. Like, none of these people's spouses are lining up. We're gonna have to dig. I could look. I just wish we had even, like, any clue. Because then I could look up in newspapers.com, I could say like a range. I don't know. You guys probably don't like just watching me struggle through this, though. We might have to just, call it quits for now. I'm going to try... Let's see just when he's, like, last mentioned. Okay, wait, what is this? You're enjoying it? Okay, so I'll just keep doing it then. I feel like I'm fumbling because I'm on a live, so it's kind of like, feels weird for me, but if you're enjoying it, I'll just keep going. Because this is what I would be doing by myself. I just wouldn't be speaking words, usually. Hold on. This is a real estate transfer. I wonder... Hopefully that doesn't mean he's passed away. But so I'm going to go back a little bit because we had 1897. Let's try 1898. Let's just keep going up. Is that what I just had? Yeah. So now I'm going to do 1901 to 1905. I don't know if this is him. But this says, where's the courier from? This is about a Samuel Bishop seeing a fire and calling the fire department. Okay. Maybe it's him. I can also search Augusta after. But it doesn't seem like she's mentioned much. It's good insight of how difficult it can be sometimes. Yeah, because you have to match everything up and keep it all straight in your head. That's hardest for me sometimes, is like figuring out what I'm even looking at. Okay, so we're not getting any mentions. But maybe he moved. That's the other thing, is he could be anywhere. 1930. Oh. Montana. Do we know what his middle name was ever? Is it an L? Oh, lived in Waterloo. Does it say? I don't think that's him. Henry? Okay, thank you. Oh, yeah. I think it said Samuel H. Bishop in the marriage announcements. I don't know. Anna Augusta Bishop. I don't think that's her. Well, I don't know. Husband John Fletcher, that's not him. Yeah, I think it was in the announcement too. Now I'm just randomly in 1920 to 1930, so let's go back. 1910 to 1920. Nope. 1900 to through 1919. No. I don't even think they call her that in the that year, 1899. No. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, sorry, Jen. Yeah, I moved it to today thinking it would be easier for lots of people, and including me, because Ian is going to be cooking for Thanksgiving, so I think he's going to be busy tomorrow. Hickes there. That's sad, but that's not her. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm just going to leave that. It's kind of dead end, but it won't be forever. It's just like right now, it's not really going anywhere. But I can show you kind of what I would do after I log off. I would take all these articles that had to do with the entries that we read, and I would paste them into either, I have like a people and places document, or let me make sure you guys can actually see what I'm doing. Yeah. Or I would, I'm like in the way. Sorry, I've been in the way the whole time. I would post them into here, which is like where I keep the actual typed entries. So I'm just going to stick it in here for now. This is the charity entertainment that she went to. And then we have, and usually I'll actually link it so that later on I can go back to it. We also have, do I still have the Samuel and Augusta marriage license? Yeah. So I would screenshot that. Where is he? There. And put that in there. So then, you know, we have like, it's like a little scrapbook. And then I would copy and paste all of the entries that we read today. So yeah, I think we'll probably call it a night unless there's anything else. I don't even know if there's any other people that we could look up. We have a lot of first names. There was, I think, another first and last name. Well, Uncle Dan, Aunt Ad, yeah. We could look in the tree, which we have here. Thanks, Erin, for putting together the tree again. I don't know if she's here now, but Uncle Dan and Aunt Ad. So we'd be on Georgiana's and Albert, Angelette, Sophia, Anna, Myron, Martha, George, Ezra, and Willie. I don't see any Aunt Ads. And Carly. What about Uncle Dan? Yeah, I don't know. I don't see any Uncle Dans either. And this could be like a great uncle that she's just calling uncle, but I don't even see, like, I don't think we've gone so far as to see if they had siblings, the grandparents. I don't know. Feels like a very dead-end research today. Samuel, Albert, Ralph, Lydia, Eldred, John, Lloyd, Florence, Laura, Royal Leroy. Okay. Archie, Martha, Wilfred. Yeah. I can see Anna maybe being ads like a child. Yeah, that's true. But who the heck is Dan? Anyone have a middle name D? No. And it wouldn't be on his side because they haven't even met yet or gotten married yet. I don't know. It's stumping me. But hopefully it all comes together and then we'll be like, oh, it's that person. We do have some pictures, which is cool, of people already. I love seeing the pictures, so. Yeah, I don't know. Is there anyone else? Grandpas. We could figure out which grandpa. Could be either Seth Newton or Samuel Berry. Depending on where they lived. So we're in 1895, so let's see where he lived in. He lived in Black Hawk. Oh, she mentioned another Ralph later on. We looked a little ahead at when they got married. Arnie, it's stuck from when they're, that's cute. How do you pronounce, is it Aisling? Aishlin? Let's see. Let's see if the other one is from... Ashling. Wait, did I just click on the same guy twice? Yep. I need the other one. Seth Newton. Wait, I had him open too. Oh god. Did I open both of them and then not know which one I clicked on? Or do they both have a son named Ralph? Because that's confusing. No. Here. Seth Newton. He's in Lancaster, Nebraska. Okay, so I'm going to guess that Samuel Berry is the grandfather that we're talking about here. Because he's actually from that area. And let's see who he lives with, because maybe these are some of the people that she's mentioning. Employees. He's got employees that live with him. Charlotte, Ezra, Angela, or Andrew something. Samuel, Albert, Ralph, Marianne, Kavanaugh, Christopher Kavanaugh. Oh, Frank, that's the last name. And Charles Smelson. Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I think I'm going to call it a night. I'm getting kind of tired. So next week we will read through March of 1895. And I take all of my typed entries and I put them onto this document, which is on my website. And I have uploaded the last live from last week. So that's there for you. Sorry, next week will be Wednesday. So what day is that? Wednesday, the 29th. All right. Have a great night, everybody. I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye-bye.